So welcome, this is my pattern, Poppy, and I have the PDF available on my Fabric Collage School, which is a Facebook group. So if you've downloaded that pattern, it'll print up as 2 pages. And so you would just need to then tape those pages together, and then you've got the full-size pattern available to you. So I have mine already assembled, and I'm just gathering my tools here. So what I like to do, I have my scissors, the Aleene's tacky glue, which is the basic gold tube that you can buy most places. I have that little green glue spreader that I find very useful. It has that flat edge, and then just a regular pencil and also a chalk pencil. So I've also prior to this, I've gathered my fabrics, so I really did go through my scraps, and I gathered reds, through oranges and a few yellows. What I'm thinking of doing for this one, I'm going to use red fabric, so that's my original intention. So I'm really just picking through these and pulling out some of the reds and darker reds that I'm thinking of using. And I don't mind using patterns, so a variety of small prints patterns, some kind of ombre type with different colors in them. And then I'm going to start in the center of that flower. And so I do need some black. So on my pattern, where the bee is some black. And this was the original photo that I used. So that's the pattern or the photo of the poppy with that black center with the stamens, etc. And then some kind of black shadowing towards the center of the poppy. So I'm looking really for something to use, something fun to use in the center of the flower. I could fussy cut from other flowers. The green there was actually a poppy fabric. So an easy way for this one would be to, fussy cut that shape and use it as is. So there's definitely no reason why you couldn't do that. So there's that could basically be the start of this flower. I am going to use that fabric on the left there. And then just cutting some black shapes where I've got it marked. I'm using a black batik, and that's a nice kind of fabric to use as it doesn't fray as much. Makes it easier to cut. So I'm just going to pre-cut some of these black fabrics. And that's my chalk marker. It's a Bohin, B-O-H-I-N, and it's a very soft chalk. It has kind of a wide lead, so it marks very easily, especially on those dark fabrics. And that line I drew is really my cutting line, so hopefully the chalk will go away, or you can use a damp cloth, and so it does mark very easily. A few of these pieces tuck behind other petals, so I overcut that second black piece because the petal at the bottom there will cover it over. I think with this pattern you can be fairly relaxed about the layers. I cut this for the center. I was kind of fussy cutting around some of those shapes, and it did come out a little oversized. So I'm just trimming it down. I'm just using some of the pattern to do the work, but you could definitely use a number of different fabrics for that center. And then I'm just layering those pieces, and eventually I will glue them, but for right now I'm just laying them together. And now I'm starting to look where to go next. From the photo I'm working with, the flower is darker towards the center, kind of going lighter towards the outside. So I'm tracing my first shape, and I'm really just, you know, peeking underneath, eyeballing where that line is, and drawing on top of the fabric. So these shapes definitely do have a lot of freedom in them. They don't have to exactly match what I've drawn. And you'll see as I make this, I do some of my fabric pieces are a little small, so I just adjust that with the other petals around it. Now I might start planning where to use my fabrics. And right now I am working in real time, up to about 8 minutes, and then I'm going to fast forward this video to make the video a little shorter for you. It was originally, this project originally took me about 25 minutes to draw and cut all the shapes and glue them in place. The dotted lines really indicate where I could use different fabrics. You know, you could use a big piece of fabric for that shape. I've just divided it there with some of those dotted lines. If you have a very patterned fabric or a large print, you know, they might work for the whole petal. So you'll see I'll keep working through this, and you'll see it's speeded up now, so I'm drawing, cutting, and as I have a few layers made up, I'll add my glue. So enjoy the rest of the video.